Hey everybody, I want to do this DIY project and finish it up. I started this many weeks ago. I traced out the words. I do have some footage that I did. I'll insert it. I put these letters on this wood sign. They're sticky letters. And I'm going to trace over them, and then I'm going to paint the word in and hang it on the wall as part of the collage that I'm creating in the craft room. A wood plaque I bought from Walmart. It's kind of a natural wood look. It came with this little rope on it. And then I spelled out the word sunshine, and I was gonna paint it with yellow paint, but I think what I'm gonna try to do first to see if it'll work is use this highlighter pen, because I kind of want the wood grain to show through. And if that works, awesome. Also, if you hear a little bit of background noise going on, I've got the fan going to kind of circulate the air a little bit better. So anyway, I'm gonna try to color in these words with this is a Dollar Tree highlighter. It's the brand. What is it called? Glow Line. And we'll see what happens. I think this is going to be a total fail as far as using a highlighter. Nah, that's not going to work. On the S there, you can barely even see it. So I think I'm going to get some watercolor paint and do that. Add water. Well, I looked through my paint supplies, and I actually have oil paint. And I think I'm going to try this shade of yellow right here. And then I got this from the Dollar Tree, and this is, it's not watercolor paint, I don't think, but that's too orange. So I think I'll go with this. And I got this at Tuesday morning a while back. I had this for quite a while, like more than 6 months. But this color is called Lemon Yellow. And I've got my little tray. Got an old makeup brush. The head's broken on it, so I'm just kind of like using it for crafting until it completely falls apart and is no longer fixable, because I just kind of feel like it's gonna color-wise, I feel like it'll work better. Yeah, this does work pretty good. So I wanted to talk to you about dating as an older woman, older as in over the age of 55. Something that I've started doing, dating again, which is really interesting because dating in your 20s and 30s and even 40s seems to be a lot different than it was or than it is now. It seems like the priority of dating has changed over the years. That's what I have so far. See, I may put 2 or 3 coats on there, but I kind of like the idea of the wood still kind of showing through. But I want the letterings to be sunshiny looking. So I've been going out on dates for a few months now, probably about at least 6 months. The dating game has changed, okay? It's so weird to me because men in their 50s and 60s seem like they revert back to the mentality of maybe men in their early 20s. I don't know if it's because they've been hurt, you know, we've all been hurt, but you know, maybe they've had failed marriages, failed relationships. And so in a quest to protect themselves, they just kind of view dating more as they just don't seem like they're looking for the same type of commitment that maybe a man in his 30s or 40s is looking for. Although there's, you know, on both sides of the spectrum, men and women, there's people who are just players being players, I guess. But this seems to come more from a perspective, and this is just my opinion, that the fear of getting hurt is just so real in this age group, the 50s, that dating has almost become like a job interview. I'm not really feeling the fun of it like I did when I was younger. Although, to tell you the truth, I don't know if I ever thought dating was fun, because there's a lot of dishonesty out there, and you're kind of weeding through those types of people. But anyway, I've been dating, going out on dinners, talking with, you know, people who could potentially be more. And sometimes I find it frustrating because connecting with quality people seems to be a little bit of a challenge. I am talking to someone that I do enjoy conversation with, and we're getting to know each other and spend some time together. But we don't live in the same state, so that kind of slows things down a bit. And connecting with people that I've met in my state thus far has been kind of hit or miss. I think that in this age range, people are scared. Because when you're in your 20s, I think you're less fearful of being hurt, because you really haven't had on the average, you haven't had a lot of experience being hurt. You're kind of getting started in the whole process of having relationships and starting them, and maybe they don't work out the way you thought. And so, you know, over time, you may be, you know, there's plenty of people who have successful relationships, but those are not the people who are out there dating, right? They're already committed. And you may be one of those people, and maybe you don't relate to this at all. But for those of us who are still looking, I think we have the added, okay, we have it where, okay, first of all, the pool of availability is limited in some ways, because you're looking for someone, or at least I am in my age range, who is obviously single. And a lot of people in this age are, you know, married. And they, even if you know single people, they're probably looking too. So it's not like they know guys they can introduce you to or set you up with. Then you've got the situation where people have baggage that maybe they haven't dealt with. And I'm not baggage free by any means, but I do work at it. I try. So that can make it a little challenging because fear is real and people don't want to be hurt, myself included. So how do you get past that? That's something that I'm continually working on, talking about, reading self-help books, trying to basically just give myself pep talks and think positive, praying, staying focused on my agenda, meaning why I've decided to start dating again. And that's really because I want to find my life partner. I don't want to grow old by myself. I can if I have to, because I'm very self-sufficient alone, but I don't want to. So it'd be nice to have someone to lean on and connect with. So the only way I can accomplish that is if I go on some dates and give myself the opportunity to meet nice gentlemen. And that's the key word, gentlemen, who are looking also to meet their life partner. One thing I've been doing is looking at videos on YouTube on how to get in touch with your feminine energy. Because I've come to the conclusion that when you are the head of your household as a woman, you are the problem solver, the breadwinner, the domestic goddess, the emotional guru for everybody that needs you. And I think you can lose your feminine energy. Or not all the way lose it, but maybe just tuck it in the back corner, right? Can't be all girly and helpless or defer to someone else if you're the only someone else. So I'm just kind of getting back in touch with my feminine energy, learning to relax a little, have some fun with the opposite sex, you know, just being cheerful and relaxed and not a problem solver for everything, and just kind of enjoy some male energy. And it's really been kind of working as far as me just enjoying dating. I like how this is turning out. The wood grain isn't showing through, but I sort of like that. It's very sun-like. Very sun-like. I've been reading a book that I think is really helpful. I'll show you what book that is. So I've been reading this book, Boundaries in Dating, by Henry Cloud and Henry John Townsend. Both are doctors. And I find this book to be really just kind of good advice on how to set boundaries, how to just kind of be real with yourself about what you can live with in a relationship and what you cannot. So I'm kind of at a point in life where I think we have different phases when we're out dating, depending on our age and our need. When you're younger, I think a lot of women want to get married and they want to have children. And so that is very much the thing that they're looking for and trying to find in life. I'm looking to get married, but I'm not looking to have children because I'm past that age. I've got one child left in the home, and once she is grown and off to college, I won't be, in the business of rearing up any young children anymore. It'll be more of a retirement mentality. And, I'll be in my 60s, and I'm sure that just about any fella that I'm committed to would probably be in the same mindset. So I'm looking more for someone in terms of companionship in mind, that mentality, in the context of a marriage. I don't want to be a girlfriend until I'm 90. I don't even want to be a girlfriend until I'm 60. At first, when I started dating, it almost felt like a landmine, like I was entering into a landmine. There was just online dating is really full of scammers, catfishers, and dishonest people, to be honest, to be upfront with you. And it's like entering a landmine. You have to be so careful. You really have to vet a person to make sure that they are who they say they are. And one thing I've learned for sure is don't do free dating sites. Even if you're on a tight budget, you got to work that into your budget to pay, because I think a man who's really serious about finding somebody is willing to pay money to meet quality women. And if he isn't, he's probably just on there looking for game playing and shenanigans. Let's put it like that. Game playing and shenanigans. And I don't want game playing and shenanigans by any means. I'm trying to relax about it though. Just sort of have fun with it. I'm not quite there yet. I'm enjoying it, but I'm kind of an analytical person when it comes to my emotions. And I tend to be a very cautious person when it comes to opening up to other people. But I'm a firm believer that if you pray to God for a blessing, you have to do your part as well. You can't just sit there and expect that after you pray your prayer for whatever your blessing is that you're asking for, that you're just going to get up from that prayer, open the door, and that blessing will be just waiting right there for you. Here it is, freshly delivered. You got to put in a little work. You got to put in some effort. Like if you pray for your dream job, you have to at least apply for positions that you would consider a dream job, right? So that's kind of what I'm trying to do in the dating world. I'm trying to stay open to meeting new people, even though I'm an introvert, even though I'm an anxious Nelly. I try to be very honest about my personality, which means just be yourself. So that's what I'm doing. But it's definitely a process. It takes time to meet somebody nice. Seems like it's taking longer than it did when I was younger. But then again, I think I'm being pickier than I was when I was younger. And pickier, when I say pickier, I mean I really want a man who goes to church and loves God and reads the Bible and honors a woman from a Christian perspective. And that was not, it was a desire when I was younger, but it wasn't a priority that I put at the top of my list. Whereas now it is a priority at the top of my list. I definitely don't want to date anyone that takes me, like they say, if it's God's will, if you wonder, like, if something comes into your life, is it God's will? And I think it was Pastor David Blunt who said, anything, and this is biblically based, I'm sure, or I know, anything that takes you from the will of God or takes you away from God is not, it wasn't brought to you by God in the first place. Which you would think would be common sense, right? And we would all know that. But I think when you want something so bad, like say you're dating someone and maybe that person isn't treating you the way you would like them to, but you've fallen in love with them, or maybe they did treat you wonderfully in the beginning, and so you're like holding on and wishing and hoping that guy will come back again. And so you're like praying to God for, this person to be the right person. You can't pray for God. I don't think. I've made this mistake myself, okay? So this is where I'm coming from with this. You can't pray for that person in front of you to be the right person, because either they're the right person or they're not. You should pray for the right person to come to you. But if that person in front of you doesn't treat you with the love and respect that God requires of a man, you can't pray him to be that person. He's got to already be that person. Now you can pray for him to turn into that person someday, but that would require work and effort on his part. And in the meantime, he's not the right man for you. Not today. I'm taking this dry brush and I'm just kind of going over some areas that were a little bit darker and just kind of trying to make it even more dark, just to give some dimension to the letters. I don't want it to look perfect. Oh, looks like my daughter's home. She just walked in the door, got home from school. Hey, Ava.
Hey.
How was school?
Good.
I'm making a video. I'm painting this sunshine plaque finally. What do you think? Did I get a package?
That's Alex.
Oh, because I'm expecting a little package to be delivered. Some nail stuff I ordered. Okay, Livy, you warned us. Someone came in the door. We got the message. Do your 30 minutes of reading and your chores before you can go to your auntie's.
Okay.
All right, folks, I think I'm going to end this video now. And these are the finished results. I got to find somewhere to hang this because Lord knows I got enough stuff on the walls. I might have to literally take something down to put this up.
Put it in your room, though. Put it in your room.
I don't have any spot in my room to hang
You
it.
have some spots on the, see. You have somewhere, I don't know.
I think I'm going to hang it in the craft room because it's kind of an eclectic collection
But it'll look good in
of
your
art
room.
in there.
It'll look good with the colors that you have in your room.
But anyway, I'm going to sign off for now. I may hang it in my room. We'll look and see, Ava. But thanks for chatting with me.
Thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe.